Hey guys, we're here today for another episode of the Dyno Report. This week, we're going to be doing something I've actually done on the channel before, and that is stainless steel brake lines. I did them on the Audi A4 and did a video on them. That was a little bit misguided in its information. So this time, we're going to do several videos on these stainless steel lines, including a revisiting of rubber hoses versus stainless steel in stopping distances. That's going to be from 40 miles an hour to 0, but this specific video is just going to talk about how they feel to drive on the road every day and how they compare to rubber hoses in feel. Now, the reason you'd want to go to stainless steel lines is actually because the rubber hoses can expand under immense pressure. These shouldn't expand near as much, resulting in a firmer pedal feel and hopefully shorter stopping distances. We're not going to waste too much time, and we're going to tell you where we're at right now. I can already tell you right off of the bat that the stock brakes are much better than the stock brakes on the Audi A4. I think the cars weigh about the same, but it is just the advancement in braking technology, and the GTI can stop real quick. I've always been interested in braking upgrades, specifically stainless steel brake lines. They're just fairly cheap, fairly easy to do mod that looks cool and is functional. I think they're really cool. Now, it'll be interesting going from an actual performance braking system to making it better, because if I remember correctly, there's about a 17% decrease in stopping distance on the Audi A4 from rubber lines to stainless steel, which is pretty decent. So I'm interested to see good brakes made better. That difference that it's going to be, that's actually going to be a separate video. I'm going to call it Stainless Steel Brake Lines Revisited, because I made some interesting comments in the previous stainless steel versus rubber brake hoses video where I compared stopping distances into very different temperatures. Full disclosure, I knew that they would yield different results because Maine was about 17 degrees and Virginia was about 60, except I was too lazy to explain that on camera, so I said, I don't know what the differences are going to be. I knew what they were, I was just being really, really lazy, and that is poor on-cameramanship. That's the word for it. Oh well, that's okay. I really just didn't want to go in and talk about it and be like, wow, I made a mistake. But now I'm much more prone to owning up to my mistakes instead of just being like, it's okay, it happened, yay. So the kit that I got for my Mark 6 GTI was from 034 Motorsports. Now the big thing that you have to differentiate between the kits that are out there for the Mark 6 is whether you have the Bosch rear calipers or not. I believe the distinguishing factor is post-April 2011 production date. Those cars have the Bosch rear calipers. The shorter ones won't fit if they're not Bosch. There's other ways to check, but I have a 2013 and mine was made in April of 2013. So I'm past that. I got the Bosch kit, so they should fit good. I've actually got the whole kit right here. Looks pretty sweet. Wish they were red, because we love red things. But you know what? That's okay. They're still going to look great. I bet they're going to perform great too, because everything I've gotten from 034 has been fantastic so far. So we're coming up to a stop, and you they do pretty good, but they're just a little squishy. Just a little squishy. We're going to be getting EBC red stuff pads down the road just to make the stopping that much better. And when we do that, we're going to be putting them with slotted rotors. I'm not going to get drilled because I know those can crack a little bit, but the slotted cleans off the face of the brake pad so that you're getting the perfect contact with the rotor and the pad. One day we'll do a big brake kit. We'll get there eventually, but those things run $1,400. I bet they're worth it. That's a lot of money that I don't have right now, and if I did have that, there's several other things I would buy first, because you can do a $500 brake overhaul, not really new big brake kit, and do some pretty good stopping. It's always interesting to be working on brakes, because that's one of the things that a lot of people don't generally think about. You've got these 800 horsepower Mustangs or something that are running stock brakes. I mean, hopefully they have upgraded them, because with high power comes high responsibility, i.e. coming to a stop. Jeremy Clarkson once said, speed doesn't kill you, suddenly becoming stationary, that's what gets you. And if you don't have the proper brakes to slow down proportionate to how fast you're going, you're gonna be hitting something pretty quick if you don't do the right stuff. We're not really making huge gobs of power here. We're pretty much stock with a couple of mods to make maybe 5 to 10 extra horsepower tops. But you want to improve your braking capacity so that you can brake later into turns, especially if you're having fun. If you're out on the track, you can really put it in late, trail brake through the apex, have some fun. But I really like working on brakes. I really like doing all of that stuff. It's just so relaxing. Brakes are relaxing to me. I don't know why, but they are. I will say there will be a bit of a time jump between filming. You'll notice my hair gets cut. Don't worry about the discontinuity. It's okay. Elsa needs a new water pump, so we're sending her into the shop to get a new one. It's going to be the aluminum housing just to make sure that that doesn't come back. But it may take a minute to get back out and film these stainless steel brake lines. So if I come back with short hair, just ignore it. All right, so we just got done filming some brake testing with the new stainless steel brake lines. That was fun. If you want to watch the video comparing rubber with stainless steel brake lines with actual numbers, you can find it on my YouTube channel, stainless steel versus rubber brake lines. It'll probably be called that, so you can find it there. So go ahead, check it out. But we're here for the Butt Dyno report to talk to you about how it feels to drive with. Now, we're gonna get going, but I just wanted to let you guys know, when we bled the brakes, we didn't bleed them the best to start. So I had to go back in and bleed them again. And I'm gonna tell you what, when I bled them again, they did fantastic. These brakes bite. That's really what it feels like compared to before. I mean, yes, the stopping distance is gonna be pretty similar. I mean, in real world, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. I just did some testing and I will let you know that these do stop quicker. About 4 or 5 less feet over rubber, which is great. But the thing that I noticed is how these just bite. When the brakes grab, they grab so much stronger because those hoses can take more pressure and grab it and then hold on to it. It is so nice. The pedal definitely is much firmer. It's such an overall great driving experience. Real world, not really going to notice much. I mean, we're probably going to take a turn here in a second and it's just going to kind of be like you're just braking like normal because you're adjusting to the brake pedal and how it feels and its firmness and everything. So we're coming up to a turn and you just normal. Oh, I'm a little late on that, but guess what? Brakes grab nice, you go in and you're good to go. So every day you're not really going to notice it. I have a friend who's a little bit older, has a different mindset, specifically on stainless steel brake lines, thinks it's a bit of a placebo effect. I've actually backed it up twice now. Once was a little off in the weather, but twice now with numbers to get a couple feet saved. That'll help you on the track. But I think he's right. There really is not that much of a difference driving in the real world. You're not gonna slam on your brakes at every single stoplight. You're not gonna slam on your brakes at every single red light. Now, it comes in handy when you do need to because they're gonna bite a little bit sooner. You're gonna have that consistent, firm pedal feel so you know you're braking right. Other than that, daily driving, you're really not gonna notice much. But I will say the construction of these 034 Motorsports stainless steel brake lines are great. I do wish they were red or yellow for 034's colors. Something just to make it a little bit fun because these are the one brake lines you can actually see because on the rears, you really can see them. And if they were a standout color, you could very easily see them like you can see the red brake calipers. But at the end of the day, the construction of these is just immaculate. So I love braking mods. Brakes were one of the first things I started to work on with cars with my actual OG Mark IV Jetta, the one that never even made it on the channel. I killed that thing before I even had the idea to do it. I was still an engineering student at the time, so there was not even in sight. Fortunately, never saw that. I want another one because that Mark IV Jetta was amazing. But one of the first things I did was rear brakes. It was something I did with my roommate Paul at the time. He really helped me learn, show me the tools, and just really begin to get into stuff like that. And I did stainless steel brake lines on my Audi, That was much more of an adventure because all of the solid lines were just rusted and it was horrible. But braking is just something that interests me a lot more than a lot of other mods. Like, yes, people like power. I like power. But I really like the braking, the handling, how late you can throw it into that turn interests me a lot more than, oh look, we're on a straight road going 180. It's just people have different things. If you love going 180 on straight roads, I mean, if you can hit that, then go for it. But I just love turning, the concept of late braking, trail braking, all that other stuff. Haven't been able to use it on track yet. I want to do that one day, and we're gonna get there. But that stuff is what really tickles my fancy. Yes, this car sounds great. Yes, you can hear that turbo. Yes, we're making a little bit more power. We're not tuned yet. But I have done so many handling mods that this car is just so much fun to drive. And every time I see a rear chassis brace or an under chassis brace go on sale or suspension, I'm like, yes, that's what I want, But I'm trying to diversify the channel a little bit with braking, with power, with suspension, with all these things that did a little bit of weight reduction. But I really love brakes. I can't wait until Elsa needs new pads and new rotors so we can go with some EBC yellow stuff pads. We can go with slotted rotors and really get that braking down. We're gonna test it again. We're at, I think it was 48 feet, I think was the best we got with these stainless steel lines, which is pretty good from 40 miles an hour. Go check that video out, it's pretty fun. But if we can just get that down even more, we can see how much those pads are helping over stainless steel lines, because we cut off 5 to 7 feet with stainless steel brake lines from 40 miles an hour. I bet you we're gonna get a lot more with a different compounded brake pad, with a different rotor. But these brake lines are just the start. There's so much more that we're gonna be doing. It is gonna be so much fun, and I cannot wait to take you guys on this journey as we continue to go further and further and further down the road of modding this GTI and potentially other cars, maybe Japanese, American cars, whatever really comes to me, whatever I'm able to get at the time. I'm just looking to expand the audience, expand the channel, and thank you guys so much for watching and for being a part of this. And honestly, if you want stainless steel brake lines, do it. They're really fun, super easy to do, and make it feel really cool. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making 3 videos with these stainless steel brake lines, and this is the final one. We're gonna do more braking mods soon, but I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, have a great day, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye. All this stuff go flying. Woo!